Superheroes. Lay on your belly. You can extend your arms. You can have your hands by your shoulders if you need to. First of all, lift up your torso. Lift up your hands. You're trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then lift up your feet and knees so that basically your belly is on the mat. You are trying to essentially fold yourself in half, so work on squeezing your lower back and your glutes, and then relax. If you want to do something to distract yourself while you're doing these, you can do a swimmer and just do opposite foot and opposite hand, just a way of distracting your brain from any discomfort you're feeling. Romanian deadlifts or straight leg deadlifts. I'm going to do them a couple different ways so you can see the motion. The key is your knees bend, but they don't move back and forth. The whole point is to keep your back flat and push your butt back like you were going to sit on a bench, and then bring your hips back forward. So your butt goes back, your knees stay right where they are, and you're coming back in. This is entirely a glute exercise. If you feel like your lower back is doing more work, then get your knees bent more. So here's what it looks like coming forward. To make this more difficult, do a staggered stance and get the weight on the front foot. Your back foot is on your toes. And then you're doing the same thing. This just isolates the leg that's down. You can mess with this a little bit by doing just one dumbbell to work more of your core. Keep your hands both in front, and then you can alternate which hand your weight is in. You're gonna do a row with a bit of a rotation in your torso. So we're gonna set up with a staggered stance. Left foot forward, and then the weight's in my hand, and I'm gonna do this both ways so you can see. I'm gonna bend over. You can have a hand on my knee if you want, on your knee if you want to. And then the goal is to pull, this is falling straight down, is to pull up to your armpit, but then have a little bit of a rotation with your torso. All right, so, and again, it's gonna look like this. Back is flat. Try to get your back as low as you can. So downward dog. From here, roll forward slowly to a plank. Back, exhale, and inhale. If you want to make this more difficult, you can go from a plank and then rotate into a side plank, and then back down to a plank, come back, plank, and roll back up. Lay on your back, knees are up, hands are up in the air. You're gonna be bringing your hands back. They're called hollows because the small of your back, the hollow, is what you are going to be working with. So the goal is to be pushing the small of your back into the floor as if you were trying to imprint your lower spine into the floor. And if you see what my hips are doing, they're coming up. So my butt is kind of coming up off the floor. So there's a rotation. So I'm going to rotate and press down. All right, so what's gonna happen? I'm gonna lift up my knees. My hands are gonna be here, and I'm gonna roll my lower spine in and just push down as hard as I can. So my belly button is pushing into my spine, which is pushing it into the mat or the carpet. and then I'm gonna relax. And you really can't breathe very well when you're doing this. You're gonna do the best you can with breathing. But what you can do here is the next variation is to inhale, come up, and extend your arms. From here, it'll be like a dead bug. You'll inhale and then press down as you extend your foot and your hand, and then inhale up and relax. Exhale, press down as you extend, and then up. You can see you can hear by my voice, it's really hard to press, and you might get 2 of these to start with, and then back up, and then down, and then just keep working your way up, getting more and more as you go. Goblet squat with a twist. Start with your hands in front of you. Gonna come down into a squat and twist and press. Another alternative is to do this with weights on your shoulders. Depending on how your shoulders feel, you can then come down and push up. What matters is that you are doing it slowly enough where you're creating rotation and you're forcing your core to be stable. Last one. It's a side lunge with dumbbell curls. 2 dumbbells, take a seat off, take a step off to the left. The weights are gonna come, so as you step and squat, you want the weight on your side heel and sitting back. The weights are gonna be here, and then you're gonna roll up to a curl. Okay, same on the other side. Start low,